Hello, YouTube, and welcome into the part 0 for Gilgamesh in our Let's Play Civilization 6 series. Gilgamesh is a pretty mid-tier, early strengths, decent kind of all-around kind of a civ. Nothing that screams at you. You have to do this or you have to do this. And unfortunately, that to me is because of the weakness of this ability, Adventures of Enkidu. It is conceptually really cool. It's maybe if you're playing a team game, you'd like it. But in reality, in Civ 6, playing against the AI, with the AI being what it is, the Adventures of Enkidu is pretty worthless. Can declare war at any time without warmonger penalties. Okay, I guess if you wanted to do a culture victory, it's cool to be able to dominate some things and not have people be super mad at you. But that's it. It's kind of cute, and there's no guarantee that that's going to really change the game for you. When at war with a common foe, they and their allies share pillage rewards and share combat experience within 5 tiles. That could be really strong. If you are playing a team multiplayer game or something like that, I could see that being kind of neat. But that, I mean, I could name the number of, I could count the number of times on one hand where I've actually been like joint warring somebody together with an actual ally. And sometimes you're at war with the same foe, but you're not allied because allied tech is kind of mid-gamey. So it's just kind of useless. Alliance points gaining quicker. Again, if you're doing multiplayer or something, sure. Alliances are good. And they can be, leveling them up quicker is nice. But this overall is a big old from me. 1 out of 5. If this were tweaked, Gilgamesh would be an incredibly strong civilization. I think a lot of people would probably be mad at my lowish ranking of him anyways. But whatever, you get my opinion. That's all that's for sale here. Epic quests, on the other hand, is a big step up. When you capture a barbarian outpost, receive a tribal village reward in addition to the usual gold. That's pretty cool. I've talked before, things that I'm going to do anyways, which includes clearing barbarian outposts. If I'm doing that anyways and I get a bonus to it, I like that. I mean, let's say you clear 7 outposts a game, and that could be way fewer, it could be way more. That's pretty good. Like 7 extra tribal huts, like that's... Remember that, like, after a certain point, you can start to get traders. You can start to get, like the builder reward is really strong. There are a lot of really strong tribal village rewards. So epic quests can actually be pretty good. It's again, of course, one of those things with a little bit of RNG attached to it. If you wind up in the middle of a map and you don't have any fog of war, you're probably not clearing a bunch of them. But, it is what it is. When it works, it does feel pretty darn good. So, yay, epic quests. It doesn't get that high of a rating from me because it is so situational, and the other half of it kind of sucks. You don't really want to levy city-states because you'll lose the suzerain real quick. So, but it is a step up, and when it does work, it feels good. But it's not going to help you win the game. It's just nice. Warcart, on the other hand, is a great early unit. It does fall off fairly quickly, but it's available pretty much right away. It's a heavy cavalry. You can upgrade it into knights. And that's very, very good. Yeah, it's a really strong unit. For movement, you can take over city-states, especially without the city-state wall mod. That's obviously not really an option for us because we do use that mod. But yeah, it's a very strong unit. Just be careful going all in on it. If you go encampment and then war carts, they're not going to be relevant. Your opponents are going to have swords. They're going to have archers ready for you, and you're just not going to get anywhere with it. You really need to start with them from the get-go. And the ziggurat. I like tile improvements. I like tile improvements that give me culture. The ziggurat fits the bill. It's a very, very early, very available very early on, and gives you a couple science and culture. You're not going to have a pop 7 city working all ziggurats. That's just unrealistic. But if you work 1 or 2 each city that you have, it's pretty darn good. Can't build it on hills. You only get the culture if next to a river. But all that aside, if you kind of plan around them, they're pretty darn good. As with all unique tile improvements, the wider you go, the better it is. If I have 20 cities with 2 tiles each of those, that's way better than 8 cities with 2 tiles each of those. Obviously, that I shouldn't even have to explain that, but that is just how things work. So the ziggurat for me is pretty darn good. This is just a note when you're playing against Gilgamesh. First of all, he's a really quick ally. So if you're playing against Gilgamesh, you can just meet him, declare friends, best friends the rest of the game. He's awesome to spawn next to. The second part of it is the AI gets scaling bonuses to science, food, production, all of that stuff. So the ziggurat makes him seem like a top-tier scientific civ. I don't think that's true because we won't have those scaling bonuses. Now, if the AI has this, in a fast-growing city that's got 10 pop already and a few ziggurats, that city's going to be generating a massive amount of science, and he can really snowball scientifically early as the AI. Don't expect to do that when you're playing him. Again, it's nice. It's nice to have. It's a cool little utility tile that we like to work, but you're not going to go like, I'm going to have... Eventually, you'll generate a fair amount of science, and those are all good. More so if you have happy cities with positive amenities and stuff like that. But he is not a top tier scientific civ. We will wind up doing scientific things, and that's good. Extra science is always good, but he's not a Scotland. He's not a Korea. If you catch my drift. So there you go. I hope you enjoy the game. It is a pretty darn fun one. Lots of craziness happens, and yeah, I hope you enjoy it. We'll see you in the part 1 video. Thanks for watching, guys.